The Cox Weaver matchup at left tackle, that's been fun to watch. Obviously, you got your deal on the right side, but what does Cox bring on the left side, and what kind of matchup has that been?
Cox just brings a lot of veterancy and just he's one of the older guys who he's not going to mess up the small things. You know what's coming with him every time. And that battle between him and JJ has just been great to watch. You can tell between every rep, they're just learning off of each other and just getting better with each other as they keep going.
Joey, what's your approach to spring game as they talk about opening offensive line jobs for competition?
Really, it's just in our room, we've been trying to focus on keeping that competition and making it a competition-oriented room to where everyone's competing at a high level so we can all compete at a high level at the end of the day.
Where do you feel like, as a unit, you guys are now compared to last spring?
As a unit, I feel like compared to last spring, we're definitely further ahead than we was last year, but we still got a lot of ways to go. I would say.
In what areas do you have the ways to go?
Right now for us, it's more so communication and just finishing plays off, really. We know what we got to do, but when we get on separate pages, that's when things start to fall apart. So communication is one thing for sure. And just straight and showing that effort, just finishing blocks all the way through.
Jeremy, it's been a while since your room has had the same coordinator 2 years in a row. What sort of benefit are you all getting out of a second year with Coach Enzer?
It's a lot of benefit. Coach Enzer, obviously, he came from the 49ers, and he was there with guys like Trent Williamson, Marpet, and those type of guys. And it's good to have that like NFL coach presence in the room because he's teaching us stuff that's definitely going to help on this level, but it's also going to help us get to that next level too.
And the consistency of him being here last year and again this year, you feel like you know there's sort of less of a gap this time versus last spring?
Yeah, definitely. This is like the first time we really got to be in here with Yenzer and like coming to a spring where it's not rushed or nothing like that. You can kind of just settle in and just take things smoothly.
What did you learn from last season in the first real extensive snaps?
One thing that I learned mostly is that SEC football hurt. Definitely, those games it's really tough, really physical, and that's one thing I learned the most. Probably like after games, make sure you gotta recover, gotta get in the training room because those games so physical. You definitely gonna leave banged up afterwards for sure.
Jeremy, you individually, what did you come into the spring feeling like you needed to work on to take the next step?
Coming into the spring, for me personally, I felt like I needed to work on, for one, my pass protection skills, getting better in my technique with that, and for two, learning the playbook and kind of being like another quarterback out there. As for the O-line and just for my team in general, that's something we emphasize between everybody. We want everybody to kind of have that center type of knowledge to where they can call plays out, call fronts out, and stuff like that.
How do you think you played?
I think I've been doing pretty well. Obviously, we all want to do better and think we can do better, but I think I've been doing pretty well. And the stuff I've been putting on film, I can definitely, look at that and get better from it for sure.
Jeremy, collectively as an offensive line unit, how do you all feel you're all doing in the run game? And what do you feel that you all need to improve on in the run game?
Right now, as a whole, we feel like we are not performing in the run game at all or anywhere near to our full abilities. I would say we definitely were watching the film, definitely seeing what we're doing wrong and stuff like that. But that's really our main goal. Just getting our run game, being able to run that ball, and then open up the whole offense. That's what we got to do.
Do you think part of that's maybe you're adjusting to a new offensive coordinator? I know Leon's not new to you per se, but the group is coming back, new playbook. Does that have something to do with this?
I think it has a little bit to do with that, but also I think it's just more so a field thing and guys getting comfortable with chemistry more so, and also what I said earlier, communication. I mean, that's one thing I feel like in our group that we're dwindled a little bit on, and something that I feel like we got to do more on is just talk to each other.
Stoop said the D-line got good push today. What kind of challenge do they bring to you guys?
I mean, that D-line is really good, and that whole defense is really good, especially behind Brad White coaching. They're always going to do good, and they always going to be ready to play. Coach White going to always have those guys ready to play, and they definitely got some pushback today, but it is what it is. We're going to get back to the field, watch it, correct what we need to correct, and then we're going to bring it to them on Monday.
Jeremy, you mentioned going back and watching the film. How much does that help you develop your game this offseason?
Develop my game, I feel like to another level is what I would think. Going out there and just knowing what you got like as soon as you get up on the ball, it's probably the best feeling in the world because then you can move fast. You know you can do what you need to do when you got that mindset and you kind of know what's going on. So it's just it feels good to have that mindset.
Back to communication. Back to communication for a second. With Jagger now playing center, is there a learning curve there of him making that adjustment as far as making line calls and communicating with the unit as a whole?
Yeah, definitely. It's Jagger first year really taking snaps, so he's a younger guy too, but you can tell that he's progressing well. I mean, it's going to take time, obviously, but Jagger, he's the type of guy, he's athletic, 300 pounds. He can move, he can play any position on the whole line for sure. So with him, it's just going to take a little bit more time to learn it, but we all know he's going to get it. And the way he's moving, we can tell that he definitely will.
There's competition for your position, may keep you more focused and getting better.
What you say, sir?
Competition for your position, where you are, your competition that you face every day. Your position, the offensive line, will make you keep being more focused.
Definitely. That's something that, like I said earlier, we wanted to come into this season way more competitive as a group and as a team. So the other guys behind us, Coach always emphasized we want you to push them, push those guys in front of you, make those guys feel like they might lose their spot potentially. And that's something that we've been emphasizing this year, not more so like against each other, but like, just do what you got to do. And if you do, the guy in front of you not, you might lose your spot. So.
How have the other tackles been in your eyes? Wallball and Buford, have they taken a step forward?
I would think so. Yes, I say both of them has really taken a step forward. Wally just plays behind games with himself sometimes, but for him it's more so just he knows what to do. It's just the effort thing. He just got to learn how to strain more. Dion, I think sometimes he just gets in his own head too, but that's almost with all of us sometimes. That's just something we all got to break a habit out of. But between those guys and even the younger guys like Malachi, freshman, he's doing real good. Got probably the most length on the team than everybody, so he's doing real good. Josh Jones, they're all doing real good. So with the tackles in the room, it's just the little things, but at the same time, we still got to get better.